Hi, Ida.
Hi, Nicole.
And hello, grateful bitches. Welcome back to our impromptu part 2 of our Mercury Retrograde confessions.
Yes. First off, I have to say, I'm a little bit scared for today's episode, but I know it will be good for us. And we have actually realized that we haven't really been completely honest on this
No.
podcast. We haven't been fully honest with the grateful bitches. We haven't been letting you completely in.
Fair.
And
Yes.
yeah. And I feel
I
like
feel
it's
the
this
same
funny
way.
thing where it's like we are very open people and we're very comfortable talking about things, but then there's been this barrier from like really taking
Digging in.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel that way too. And I feel like I also want to apologize to the grateful bitches because in the Mercury Retrograde, like I feel like I was something that came to the surface is I feel like I've been holding back on myself quite a bit. And like confining my personality and what I want to like a very small box. And then I feel like I've been doing that with the podcast where I'm like, I haven't really been upfront with everything that's going on and like where I am and what's going on in my mind. And I was like, I haven't wanted to be honest entirely with myself. So I don't want to be entirely honest like on the podcast. And I feel like it's just time. Like it's time to be like, you know what? Let's get it out there. Let's air out the dirty laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's
Yeah.
air it out. Let's just put
Let's
it out
air it
there
out.
because I don't want to admit where I am.
I feel like it's time with some confessions and exactly that, to like be honest on where we are right now. The other day I heard from Gala Darling in one of her live tappings. Gratitude is about also accepting like where you are. Like in order to ask for more, in order to get more, you also need to accept and be grateful for what you have. And I feel like I haven't really been doing that, you know? I've been asking for more, but I've also been frustrated and impatient with what I have now.
I think like I'm so used to, I was like, well, you know what? I'll talk about where I am after I'm already past it. Because I think that's what a lot of creators do. That's what a lot of business people do. And they talk about where they are after it's like, oh yeah, well, I never told anyone, but I had like $2 in my bank account and this or that. And I'm just like, well, why not just be honest along the way and like say it out loud? Which is what the whole point of Bitch Be Grateful was to begin with, was to just like show people, you know what? This is where we're starting. And then we are going to build our dream lives in real time on this podcast. And so I feel like I've been able to be honest about parts, but not the whole.
Yeah. I also just want to say it's not in any way that we've been lying about things or lying about our reality. It's literally just that we've been like not sharing like 100% what's been going on. And I feel like exactly what you're saying, Nicole, that the whole point with this podcast is like to bring the grateful bitches on the journey and not just giving like a success recipe, but actually being like, we're on the same journey and we've been honest about the things we've been going through, like mentally and like spiritually, etc. But we haven't been honest about like where we actually are, you know, like right now.
So we're gonna do a grateful bitch confession. The last time, guys, I grew up Catholic. I remember the first time they took us into confessional, like I didn't get it. Like I really didn't get it. Sitting there like, okay, well, like, do you have anything to confess? And I was like, he was like, you know, anything you've done wrong this week? And I was sitting there and I was like, no, like I don't think I did anything bad, like at all. And he just looked at me like nothing. And I was like, no, like I'm pretty satisfied with my life right now.
I think I did a great job.
I've never done anything wrong. But like if you didn't confess, like you couldn't move on to the next step. And I was like, this is so dumb. I just remember thinking this is so dumb. So finally I was like, well, I got into a fight with my sister. And he was like, oh, do you feel bad? And I was like, not really. No.
I love this. I was right, so no, I'm not really feeling bad.
Right.
No.
That was the first and last time I ever went to confessional. Stop forcing me.
Well, let's see today then if you've learned a little thing or two.
Let's see if I learned my lesson.
Confessions. Okay, do we feel ready to jump into confession hour?
If it's a choice now. I'm kidding. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
You don't
Sure.
have a
Let's do
choice.
it.
We've already
Let's
established this,
confess.
Nicole. You do not have a choice. So, my first confession, now I'm getting nervous, but it is. I started a company, but I don't want to do it anymore. And I feel like that's like, I think my biggest confession, because I feel like there's this idea of like, especially if you start your own company and like you do your own thing, then it's like if you stop doing it, it's like people see it as like you failed. You know, that
That
it's
is
like,
true.
oh, so sad it didn't work out. It's like, well, actually, it's because I didn't want to do it anymore. Like,
Yeah.
or, you know, or that it's like I made a wrong choice building it because now I don't want to do it anymore. And now I have to build something else, or I get to build something else.
But it's pretty, like, in considering it's pretty successful. Like, it's the majority of your income. Like, it's what built your freedom,
Exactly. Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's why I'm like, I am so grateful, you know, for everything it's given me and that it's still giving me. And it's giving me the opportunity to just go to Norway for like a month and a half and no one says anything, you know, which is obviously incredible. And it's just that I think, yeah, that like now I'm realizing freedom for me like looks different than it did when I started it.
But maybe too, it's not just freedom that you're after. Like you said, you keep bringing up joy, and it's like
Uh-huh.
joy in the work, joy in the freedom. Like maybe the
Yeah,
first leverage was like, I don't care what I'm doing as long as I'm working for myself.
yeah,
But then like the
exactly.
second level is like, I want to work for myself because I love the taste of freedom. But now the next level is like, my new standard is like, I have to love what I'm doing and work for myself,
Yeah.
you know?
It's not like I necessarily like hate what I'm doing, but it's like stressing me out and it's like it's giving me this energy of like procrastination, of feeling like I'm not enough. It's like I am bored of it. Like I don't want to put in the effort I have
Yeah.
to put in. And then I'm kind of just like I don't want to surround myself with that energy. Like, I don't want to give myself an arena. Like, that's literally what I'm doing. I'm giving myself an arena where I feel stressed and anxious. So it's just like, I don't want to have arenas like that in my life. Like, I just want to take them
Yeah.
out. So I feel like there's this, yeah, like this step in between is like where it doesn't have to be that I love it because it's like, okay, it gives me other things like right here and now. But it's like literally like putting negative or whatever you want to call it emotions and like energies on my life. I want to add joy and I'm adding stress and anxiety. Like that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but makes sense.
But makes sense.
But
Exactly.
makes sense.
It does make sense that it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's totally right. Okay. I'm just thinking, I'm like, should we prescribe things for our confessions? Like do prayer. I'm just like,
What does that mean? Or what does
I'm like, okay, well, you now have to do 10 things that make you happy.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm gonna give myself a challenge because honestly, I just feel like I am done with it, and I just want to give myself a challenge and say like, by the end of August, I'm not gonna do it anymore. That's what I feel. Where I'm just like, I just feel like it's very much like a closed chapter.
I have a confession that I am staying in a closed chapter because I don't want to leave it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm scared and it's comfortable and it's warm and it sucks, but I know how bad it sucks and I'm okay with it. And there's this part of me that enjoys it. Like,
Yeah.
confession. I don't want to do it.
You're like, um, um.
Confession. I built the bones and foundation of a business that I have been sitting on for 6 months now, aside from this podcast, because I'm too afraid to market myself and share my ideas. I'm too afraid that it's weird. And I'm also really afraid that I can't live without my comfort zones right now. Like,
Mm,
I work at a job that isn't great, but gives me just enough to be fine with it. And I feel like I have a relationship that's okay, that gives me just enough to be fine with it. This has nothing to do with the actual person that I'm with. It has to do with the like relationship that I'm building. And I'm
mm,
like, I've capped my like level of happiness in a relationship. I've capped my level of happiness at work. And I created something that could help both of these things, and I'm just choosing not to do anything about it because of my resistance, which is
Yeah.
very embarrassing. And like I confess, like I was just making a double confession.
Yeah,
Just like I
I was gonna
said,
say this is such a brave confession. I'm so proud of you. I'm like, oh
yeah,
my god, she
yeah.
did learn how to confess in
Pisces, we're just
church.
gonna drop it in there.
Yeah, you're like, I'm scared, and then
Well, yeah, she's gotten better. Okay.
no, but I love that. And but
But
how
yeah,
do you feel like? Well, I don't know. How does it make you feel? Well, you're saying embarrassed, but just like, when you're saying that your part of you like loves your comfort zone. And what do you think? Like you love that you love being uncomfortable in a way, or like,
I think I love that I don't have to try that hard anymore right now.
mm,
Oh, this sounds so
mm-hmm,
bad, but like I don't have to try very hard in my job. Like, and that's not that I don't try hard, but like you said, like I'm not going above and beyond. Like I've like been able to do everything that I need to do and feel like I'm not expending all of my energy on it type of thing. And
mm,
it's like like coasting. Here's what it is. I found this place in my life that I can be on autopilot and just like get numb. And I feel like I'm satisfied with that to an extent.
mm-hmm.
And I'm using that to kind of like reinforce feeling bad about myself, which is really like, guys, I don't know what if this is just a Pisces thing, but like you kind of want to play the victim sometimes and you just want to
Mm,
be like, woe is me and life is hard. And I got to the point where I'm like, well, am I just happy saying that I can't do these things because these are my excuses? Like, am I just happy saying that I have excuses? And as long as I always have excuses, I don't have to take the leap and the fear of putting myself out there.
yeah,
The real fear is actually, I just don't want to be seen for what I actually have to say.
yeah, 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 yeah,
And I'll never have to face that if I live in my comfort zone and my excuses. I'll
yeah.
never have to face the fear of being rejected or like possibly fail in public or like,
Mm, yeah,
or have people reject me for who I am and what I believe in. Like, I don't have to
yeah.
face any of that because I'm coasting right now.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And it made me think too, like, yeah, like, I mean, being in like victim mode is also in a way comfortable because you're even like, I'm not saying you, but like, if you put
It's
yourself in
like,
like the victim mode, it's like you kind of, like, you don't take responsibility because it's like, it's someone else's fault if it's like
yeah.
the job or the whatever, whatever, whatever. Whereas, like you said in the previous episode, like, who was it? Whoever said if you
Oh,
didn't
Will
make it,
Ferrell.
it's your mistake
You
or
don't
it's
make
your
it, it's
fault.
your fault.
Yeah, but then it's like, no, it wasn't my fault. It was my job or my boyfriend or the universe or whatever. So it's like that is also a comfort zone, just like blaming everything else and being a victim.
Yeah. And maybe that's like the confession is like, I am scared to take responsibility for my life because I'm not sure what it would look like if it was in my own hands. Like,
Yeah,
what if I fuck it all up? What if I'm the one who messes it up and then I just like, I confirm the belief that I feel like a big fat failure, you know?
yeah, yeah.
And that's it. And I
Mm,
think I was like, I know probably where this stems from to an extent. I just don't know why I haven't gotten rid of it. But
mm.
I think being honest about it right now, live will help.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's gonna see it.
It will.
No, but
It will.
like genuinely, I just think like my greatest task, I think, from now until December is to take responsibility and to be like, okay, well, if I want to leave, I have to figure out the plan and I have to be able to like consistently stick to the plan. And like even well, I'll let you confess next. This is one part. This is one big chunk. This might be the ultimate
This
confession I
one
have.
big confession.
This one, there's just one big ass confession. I've just been bottled up for too long. I just had to say
Yeah.
it.
Well, it's time. It's time.
It's
I feel
time.
like my second confession, this is actually not anything I noted down, but it was like as you were talking, and it's something I've been thinking about lately. Like, I have a podcast called Bitch Be Grateful, and like the past months, I just feel like I haven't been grounding in gratitude at all. Like, I just really feel like I've been forgetting about like the gratitude aspect of things. And even if I've been kind of expressing like, I'm grateful for, I'm grateful for, I'm grateful for, I haven't been actually like feeling it. And it's just, in my head, I've been like, the irony that like your podcast is called Bitch Be Grateful. And then it's like, actually, I
I don't feel
haven't been
grateful.
so grateful lately.
I also confess that. Guys, we have a Bitch Be Grateful gratitude podcast, but like sometimes you just don't feel it.
Exactly. And I feel like, but that's like the whole point also of this podcast is just like kind of showing that like the journey isn't linear. And like, even though there's moments where we've been super like grounded in gratitude, and now there's a moment where we aren't, like, I kind of feel like I'm distracted, or maybe even like I'm being like, what's the word? Like overexposed, you know, where your brain at some point
Yeah.
just kind of shuts off. I feel like I've been like kind of in that area that I just haven't even like been thinking. I just feel like I'm just doing and being, and I'm not thinking, and not in like this like super wholesome, nice way where you're just like, oh, I'm just being. No, in a way where
No.
life just like rushes by and you're like, what the hell happened last week? Like, I don't know.
I feel the same way. Like I feel like the last like 2 months, I'm like, or maybe I don't know, maybe longer than that, like maybe a year, I don't know. Where it's just been like one big rush, and like I don't know what I'm rushing to, I don't know what I'm rushing through, and I just feel like I haven't felt that genuine like presence that I think I equate with gratitude. Because I think gratitude is like a sense of, yeah, being grateful, but I think you're not going to be grateful unless you're present in your life, because
Yeah.
like it's the here and now that you're grateful for, like this very moment that
Mm.
like brings up those feelings, you know?
Yeah.
But if you're not present, if you're letting everything rush past you, which I feel like I have been, like I feel like I've just been trying to get through it and not really get grateful about it. Like that's
Yeah.
how I feel.
Exactly. Yeah. And
And
just
I'll
be
be
like,
like, I'll be
well, if
grateful on the
I,
other side.
yeah, like
Just like I just
I'll
want to get
close my eyes and I
through
get
this
through it,
season
and then like that's it.
and then I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I've been feeling very much the same. So yeah, the irony.
The irony. Okay, that was a double confession because me and
Yeah, a
you
double
both
now
feel
I'm
that
like,
way.
who's next? Is it me again?
Question number 3. I'm a designer that doesn't design because she's afraid to design. And it makes me
That
so
is a big
sad.
one.
It's
Yeah.
a big one. I went to school to design clothing, and I am absolutely terrified of my sewing machine.
Yeah. I have to
I'm
say
so
though, I
scared.
love that like when you went to Colombia and your family was just to everyone like, "Oh yeah, she's a designer. She's a fashion
Oh,
designer. She's a designer." I was like, "Oh my God, finally someone says it out loud." Cuz it's like
someone
you
said it out
are,
loud,
even if you
and it
aren't
made me
designing
cringe.
right now, like you are a designer.
And I think I need to put that back in my mind, and this is part of where, like, I've personally victimized myself. Saying, like, I say all the things that make me feel bad about me, which is so dumb. Like, "Oh, you're not a designer anymore, like, you just work at a front desk." Like, "Oh, you're just, like, you're someone who's trying to make a business," not, "Well, you've made sales." Like, that's a successful business. Like, you've already
Yeah.
made sales. You are already running a business. Like, at the
Mhm.
scale in which you run it is your choice, but you've already
Exactly.
done it. Like, you're not
Yeah.
trying. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I feel like I'm sitting here, like, acting like the 1.0 version of Nicole instead of the 4.0 version that I've already, like, created, and it's just I keep keeping myself stuck with my stories, and they're all
Mm.
sad. They're all just sad stories about sad things that were actually really great moments in my life because they
Yeah.
propelled me in a totally
Yeah.
new direction.
I love that. I love that confession. And it just really makes me think like it's not weird that we feel this, because in like the creator space, etc. now it's very much, yeah, like everyone telling their success stories, how they got where they are, and like how the success happened, and like how they struggled when it wasn't successful, but now it is, da da da. So it's like it's not weird that one feels that way, but it also just like maybe this is a confession that like that is what Bitch Be Grateful is for, you know, like kind of like being that opposite voice, in like it isn't necessarily like glamorous and it isn't
Yeah.
easy, and it's like we
Like, what do
all
you do
have
when you don't
these
have it? what do you do when you don't have the success story?
Exactly.
Yet.
Yeah. Yet. Exactly. And like keep people company, like keep the grateful bitches companied in the search of
On
like
the
their
ride.
dream life, you know? Yeah. And I just kind of feel like, I don't know, it makes me also just proud of us like doing this episode and just being honest, because it's like exactly what you're saying. Like you all are already doing it, but it's not weird that you feel like you aren't, because we hear all these stories of like when people had 1,000, 100,000, millions of sales, and like that's what we strive for, which is still what we want. But like we already do have a podcast, you already do have a business, you're already selling
Yeah.
your product. It's just like a case of quantity. You know,
Yeah.
like how much, that's a different story. But like the story that you are those things, it's
It's
true.
it's already there. And I
Yeah.
feel like, I don't know, I feel like one of those companies that just like hides like one stack of evidence so that you can just pretend that the only one that's true is this. And I feel like maybe that's the whole confession, is like, guys, I'm not really stuck. I'm just acting like I am because I'm scared.
Yeah, I think
And that's
so.
it.
Yeah.
And I feel so silly about that, but I'm just like, it's way more satisfying when you can blame your circumstances. Like, it really is. Instead of just blaming and I don't want to say blaming yourself. You don't have to beat yourself up, but like,
No.
instead of me saying like, okay, Nicole, well, it's because you don't want to talk about it. You're hiding your offers. You
Mm-hmm.
are also hiding the way you're feeling around other people. And like, you've just very much turned into a very palatable version of what people want you to be. And I
Yeah.
feel that way. And I just
Yeah.
feel like, this is the last time.
Yeah.
This is
I'm
the last
done.
time. I have a confession. I'm done with this shit. Like, it's so annoying. Like,
Yeah.
I'm ready to learn the lesson. And I think
Right. I
that's,
feel the same. I want to jump on that confession too and say, especially with the podcast, I still feel like I'm struggling like 100% owning that identity. And I do still feel like kind of like I'm treating it as like this mistress in my life rather than like my actual lover, or like one
yeah.
of my many lovers or whatever.
I bet
Like,
it
but
is,
I'm still, it's just
thousands.
still this like mistress. But I'm still having, yeah, like this mistress energy around it, where it's like something I need to hide and something I need to like thread carefully when I talk about. And that like if people ask me, I'm a bit like, oh, like, are we really gonna go there? Are we gonna speak about this? You
Oh
know,
my God. Or
rather than
even,
just
oh
being
my
like,
God.
yes, like I have a podcast and like,
This is
period.
what we talk about. This is what we do. It's like,
Yeah.
no, I always beat around the bush when people ask me what I'm doing. And
Mm.
I feel like I always have to state the fact that, like, oh, well, I work in the medical field as a receptionist. And like, I have to state all the parts of my life I don't want as much.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, but I'm working on blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, I have my own business. I'm working on building it. And I have a podcast that I'm working on building up that I really love. And it's been a really good time. Like, that, like, lead with what you actually want. Like, why am
Yeah.
I leading? That's what I'm saying, where I'm leading with my sad stories. Like, I'm like a
Yeah.
really depressing leading lady right now.
And the funny thing with all of that is like, especially in my case, where like what I do, so the thing like I focus on that I'm doing is marketing, but I don't want to do that anymore. But then the thing is like when I focus on that, like that's what stick with people. So then people can come up to me and be like, oh my God, Ida, like I maybe have a friend who has a business who would potentially like be interested in buying your shirt. And I'm like, I don't want this anymore. Instead of like leading with like podcast or this and that, where like then
Yes.
maybe people would have me in mind when that would be like something that people need
Yes.
help with or would be interested in promoting or God knows what, no? So it's funny
Oh
because
my
it's
God.
literally like it's such an evil like circle just going, like the more you focus on it, like
That is so
everything will
true.
revolve around it, you know?
Oh
And
my God.
so then it's like when people tell me, I get annoyed. I'm like, no, but I don't want to do that anymore. Like, when are people going to get it? It's like, well, you're the one focusing on it, you
When
know?
are you going to get it?
Yeah, like, when are you going to get
When are
it?
you going to get it, Ina?
Yeah. So it's just like,
Yes.
yeah, I feel
Oh
that.
God. This is
Yeah.
embarrassing. Because like, this is so true when it's
But I loved it.
like
I feel lighter already.
I feel lighter already. Because when you were saying like in Colombia and they were like, oh, she's a designer. You know how many people like they're like, oh, could you do costume design? Could you do like all like just in one week I had people asking
Yeah.
me things and I'm just sitting there like, well, I'm a receptionist. I couldn't do that. But it's like,
Mm.
no, yes, no, you're not a fucking receptionist. Like, I think maybe the confession is like, there's this little piece of me that really does just want to give up and let it go and stop. Just like, you know what, it's never going to happen. Just give it
Yeah.
up. Just
Yeah.
accept your circumstances, make the most out of it. Like, just, you know, sprinkle some glitter on the shit and it's fine.
Yeah.
But but I can't. Then there's the other side of me. It's like,
No.
but you can't do
No.
that. But you can't fucking
Exactly.
do that.
Ugh, you know, one thing
And
I thought about
yeah,
now when you were speaking is that I think that's a confession maybe I need to. This is mostly for my own good that I think I need to say it out loud. Where like a small piece of me is like jealous because my sister has like the typical, like in Norway we call it like, but I know, well, this is not going to make sense to the Americans because you know the
no,
normal paper size in Europe
like
we call that A4.
8.5 by 11. Like you're talking about like a piece of
I
paper.
guess like the standard paper. In Norway, we would say like the typical A4 life, which is then just like the
Mm.
typical traditional squared life. Well, it's not squared, it's rectangle,
I'm sorry.
technically. But just like, yeah, yeah, we get like the what I'm trying to
The
say.
typical
So
rectangle. Yeah.
yeah, so she has that typical life that like she straight from high school she started studying and then before ending her studies she had a job and then she bought an apartment, then she bought a car, then she bought a dog, then she got a boyfriend, so now they bought a house. Now she's pregnant. It's like the typical traditional like story. And part of
Literally.
me, like a small part of me, is jealous of her choosing that way because it seems so simple. It looks so comfortable and so simple. However, I know I would be bored. I know I wouldn't be happy living that
Yeah.
life, but there is a tiny part of me that's just like, man, Ida, like, couldn't you just have been more like your sister?
Oh my God. Same.
Yeah.
Can same. I just feel I haven't been able to, I think, come to terms and take responsibility a little bit with my life. Is because when I look at it, I'm like, but why have I been so chaotic? Like, why has my shit been all over the place? Like, what is
Mm-hmm.
wrong with me? And then I look at like my sister's been in a relationship for like, oh my God, like plus 10 years. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
know, like got the job, she has a great job, she has a house, like she has her baby. And I'm just like, why couldn't I just be happy with that? You know, like it's you
Yeah.
almost start turning on yourself, like, why can't I just be happy with somebody else's dream? That's I don't
Yeah.
want to say easier or simpler, but in your mind it's like more linear, like it's more typical. It's more like,
Yeah.
okay, well that's boom, boom, boom. And
I
everyone that I'm
think,
around here too, like
yeah.
I'm gonna get married and have a baby, and I'm like, why
I
can't I
think
just be
in a
happy?
way, like it is simpler because it's like supported by society, you know?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
you're not moving against what everyone else is doing. Like you're doing what's kind of seen in society as like the obvious, like normal traditional path. So in a way, like that does make it easier. And like our society today is kind of like built, even though it's hard to like buy a house, for example, it's super hard, but it's still like built for you to like go that way, you know?
Yeah, it's still like it's still the road that you're supposed to take,
Yeah.
you
So
know?
I want to argue in a way it is simpler, but it doesn't mean that they don't have struggles and they don't have limiting beliefs or they don't have things that go against
Yeah.
them or, you know?
And to be like, I don't know. And like everyone, I just seeing like how happy everyone was for my sister and her baby, and I was just like I was like, and just I don't know, like seeing that approval is like, I kind of feel like I want that. I want that type of satisfaction. And I want to have that moment where I can show people like my own baby, my own path, and be like, hey, like this is what I created. Like, isn't this
Yeah.
amazing?
Yeah.
And I just feel like I haven't hit that yet. And it makes me really frustrated. I feel like, I think I very much feel like at 30, like, why don't I have these things? Like, why don't I,
Mm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
why don't I have a really clear cut path right now? Like, it makes
Yeah.
no sense to me.
I have no idea where I want to go. Like, I don't know what like my end goal is. So it's like, in a way, I am building
Yes.
towards the dream life without really knowing what that is. And I know like part of it is enjoying the process and enjoying the journey. And maybe that's in the end the purpose. But it's like right now, I'm kind of like
But
building
you
this
feel like
thing
you
I
don't
don't know what
have
is.
like a concrete, like, okay, I can physically say that if I got this thing, this is part of the vision.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do think that, kind of coming back to what you were saying, that like turning 30, it's like at least I would think that I would have the vision, you know? At least like it's fine that I hadn't gotten there, but that I at least would know like, oh, but this is where I'm heading. I'll move on to the next confession on my list, which I do think that you can relate it to, is that I'm not happy with where I'm living right now, but I don't know where to go. Well, you know where to go, but I don't know where to go.
I think I know where I want to go. And
yeah,
maybe this is part of the confession, is like, oh, I always go back and forth. Like, I want this thing. No, I don't know if I want it. I want it. I don't know if I want it.
yeah.
But is it, I want it. I just don't think I can have it. I want it. I just don't think I can have it.
Yeah.
But I feel like I agree in the sense of I don't like where I'm living. I don't think it's a good environment for me in the sense of like physically and for what I want and the people that I want to interact with. Like, I just feel like it's not my environment. But I also believe that the thing that I do want is, like, impossible to get to. Like, I think there's just some, like, there's no way I could even make that move in, like, 6 months, a year, 2 years. Like, that's crazy. And I don't know what it would look like. Because I also feel like I don't wanna be just in one place. And I'm like, "Well, how do I plan for it?" I'm like, "How do I plan for something I don't know what it looks like?" But I wanna move, and I wanna be close to you, I wanna be close to my family, I wanna live by the beach. And I was like, "These are 3 different continents, how do I put them all in one place?"
Yeah. Like,
Like,
how
how do
is
you
this
make that
combined?
work? Part of me, I'm like, I really wanna move and live near Ida, and then the other part of me is like, but I also wanna live in Miami.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ida, maybe you need to
Exactly.
move to Miami.
Maybe I
Oh my
need to move
god.
to Miami. Maybe that's the
I
solution.
got so excited, I was like, "Can you imagine?" Oh my god. I am currently in San Antonio, and I'm a girl who wants to move to Miami, and I wanna force my best friend to come with me.
Confession of the day. No, but who knows? Because that's what I feel, where I'm like, I'm not happy with where I live, and I feel like I've outgrown it, and like that cycle kind of has closed and it's done. But then I don't know where to go. And then I'm also just like, well, how am I gonna go about like knowing where to go?
If you had to guess on a location, like, you don't have to stick to it, but I just wanna say, like,
If I had to guess on a
just
location.
pick a yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I think Portugal. I love Portugal. Yeah.
Ooh.
Because
Okay.
I do feel like that's like the
Sure.
mature, especially Lisbon. Well, I've only been to Lisbon. Lisbon, let's say Lisbon right now. Where
Okay.
Lisbon is like the mature version of Barcelona. It's a more mature vibe, and it
Yeah.
attracts more mature people. So yeah, I think that's
Mm.
like, if someone's like, you have to move tomorrow, I would go to Lisbon.
That's the answer, guys.
Yeah.
Ida's moving to Lisbon. I'm moving to
Yeah.
Miami. That's our
At least it's a
confession.
little bit closer. It's like towards,
Yeah, it's
Also,
like towards the
actually,
ocean.
and did you know that actually Lisbon is 1 hour behind Barcelona? So I would only be 6 hours away from you.
This could work.
Is Miami a different time zone than Texas? Is my question.
I think it might be 1 hour ahead.
So then it would actually just be 5 hours. Yeah. So if I move to Lisbon, you move to Miami, there will only be 5 hours between us.
Oh my god, this is a revelation. We can stay on for an additional 2 hours.
Yeah.
I would be
Like,
I
at
like this.
least
I'm
we're a
getting
little bit
excited.
closer.
I'm getting so excited over this plan.
This makes sense in a way.
Oh my god, yes.
And maybe also because I don't know geography that well, but maybe from Lisbon to Miami is just a straight line,
I
potentially.
feel like potentially you just take one flight.
I could just stand on the beach and be like, Nicole is there.
That's her flight right there.
If
She's
you just go
coming.
straight across the ocean here, you come to Nicole.
Make a slight left. You land in Lisbon. Yes, it's done. I think it's decided.
I'm sold. I'm just like,
I'm
I'm
sold.
sold.
And I'm okay. I like to confess though, my second confession about Miami, I think that I've avoided it. I'm like, okay, I've been talking out my ass about it, and I think I've hyped so many people up that I want to move there. But then I'm like genuinely too afraid. And then I think I was like, but I'm scared that I'm not like a Miami girl. Like, what if I go there and I just drown? Like, I can't handle it. Like, it's too busy. There's too many people. Like, I don't know. There's too much plastic surgery. Like, what if I just like don't, like, don't fit in at all? And I hate it. And I was like, and what if everyone is a douchebag? Like everyone says, like they're just like, they're just all about the money and stuff like that. I feel like I can't hold up to Miami, which is like crazy, you know?
Yeah, because I really just feel like, at least for me, even when I moved, I was very much just like, well, if I don't like it, I'll just move back. Like, at least then I've done something new, I tried something different, and like, if I don't like it, I can just move back or I can go somewhere else. Like, give it 6 months
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. And then if you don't like it, you can go back to Texas. Like, nothing is permanent. I think you will never regret moving country.
I think so. My idea is like I moved to San Antonio thinking it was like temporary, and then I stayed here like 10 years. And then I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
but I do that even my relationships. I'm like, oh, this is just for a little bit. And then I end up staying for
Then
years. And I'm
you're
like,
there.
this was supposed to be like
A fling.
a fling, and now it's like a thing. And I'm just like, wait a second, no. And I think maybe that's my confession and my problem. I can't let things go when they need to.
Uh-huh.
And maybe that's my issue right now. That's what Mercury retrograde.
Mercury retrograde.
You
I
know,
also find it
Mercury
really hard to say Mercury retrograde. Like,
Mercury retrograde has taught me. It's like I have a hard time letting things go. And it's a confession. Like all of my flings turn into things. I was supposed to stay here temporarily and stayed forever. Same with my job. I got this as like a post-COVID, no one's hiring. I need to pay my apartment bills job. And it became like I just stayed there. I just stayed there and I haven't left. And I just
yeah,
stayed in the same position. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
yeah,
What the actual fuck?
yeah.
Why can't I just I'm not, and this is the one thing I'm learning about it is like, you're not saving anyone by staying. Like, you're not
No.
helping anyone. Like, you think it's like better for them, but it's worse.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Yeah.
worse.
Yeah. 100%. And I feel like maybe this is also like, well, I don't know if this is, I want to say it's a thing we women do, but maybe it's men as well. Like, I feel like it's mostly women where we feel like this responsibility that like, oh no, but they need
Mm.
me, and like
Oh,
they kind of like
yes.
cannot do this without me. And this like in relationship too, where women is like, oh, I'm gonna save him, like I'm the one who's gonna heal him, and da da da. And same with jobs, where it's just like, yeah, like we tend to stay for too long, and in a way because like we think we are too important to that job, but not in a way where like, where I'm so good, I'm so important.
No.
It's in
Yeah,
this
I
way
don't
where like,
think
oh,
it's
they
like
need me and I cannot leave
it's
kind
like
of
a reverse
energy.
ego thing where because I think there's one
Exactly.
where, like you said, where it's like, "Ugh, I'm too amazing. Like
Like
they'll
I'm
die
too good
without
at
me."
this and like they can't handle it
Uh,
without me.
and then there's like, well, I feel like I do so much that they have to keep, like, I have to stay here because if I don't, yeah, I feel like it's a different energy. It's like if I
Yeah.
don't, then they're going to fall apart and it's going to be my
Yeah.
fault. And if someone falls apart, it's all my fault. And you take
Yeah.
responsibility for that. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, no, that's not
No.
necessary. They can
No.
figure it out.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a little piece of like wanting to, maybe this is the ego where it's like, but I want to be needed. And if I leave and I
Mm-hmm.
realize I'm not needed, like
Then what?
it makes it a waste. Yeah. Like, what was
Yeah.
I doing? You know?
Yeah.
And it makes me feel bad that they can
100%.
just replace
Yes.
me.
Yeah.
When in reality, they probably can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like in
Yeah.
those situations, yeah.
I think it's like, especially, well, this is not like, I know how you're like, I love how Ida is just pep talking all the time. But it's also just like, I do really think that in today's society, it's like everyone is replaceable. Like, and that's not to be like,
Another one of
people
Ida's
are
pep talks.
unique. Yeah. Like,
Everyone is
people are
replaceable.
unique and people bring like their own energy into things. And like, it will never be the same. Like, someone can come in and do the exact same job and it won't be the same. But it's like, we're not irreplaceable. I think especially for example, when I worked in customer service, I'm like, if I quit tomorrow, they will have another Norwegian doing the exact same job. And yes, maybe that person is not as good as me, or they are negative or whatever, but they are still going to be able to sit here and pick up the phone and answer emails,
And that's it.
Yeah.
And maybe, like you said, they'll miss you, but they're not going to die.
No. So it's
Even in
like
that relationship.
you're irreplaceable. Yeah, like your energy is irreplaceable, like what you put into it is irreplaceable, but like the physical, like someone doing that job, like you're super replaceable. I'm sorry, babe, but you're super replaceable.
It's true. They'll find somebody else who wants to work it. Like, you don't have to sacrifice for other people because it's not helping your energy and it's not helping their energy. And the truth is, like, there are a million wonderful people that company could hire. And I feel like my confession is I think I need to get out of that mentality of like that anybody really needs me. Like, I don't need to save, I don't need to do, I don't need to be anyone's savior or anything, especially when it's like a compromise on my happiness and desires. Ever. Like, ever.
Yeah.
And I compromise those things all the time. It's dumb.
Yeah. I love that. Can I also say, while we're at it, I would challenge you. You know, like how we speak about also that like sometimes you enter like victim mentality, or that we've been speaking about too before, where it's like sometimes you feel this like as if like you need someone to come like and rescue you. So I'm kind of like, it's like both ways where like you're rescuing someone and you're waiting for someone to rescue you. Whereas like maybe if you just stopped rescuing people, you will stop waiting for someone to rescue you. I don't know. Just thought.
I feel like that is a core pattern that is still there and needs to be like kicked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like it's the one pattern that's holding me back the most. And I don't know. Yeah, that is kind of interesting. I don't know why. Like, and there's this song by Adele, and I know it's kind of cheesy. She goes like, next time, like, I'll be braver and I'll be my own savior. And I'm just like, that one hits me every time. I'm like, it is time that you become your own savior.
Yeah.
And I think that's the life lesson is like, in this case, it's not prideful. It's not haughty. Like, it's not me saying I am better than anyone else, but I am my own savior. And at the end of the day, we all are.
Because I'm thinking, like, let's say maybe, well, that's also what they say, that often, especially like in relationship, is there something you feel like is lacking in the relationship? It's often because you're not giving that to yourself. So it's kind of like you're now spending your energy like saving someone else's business or like saving someone else's life or whatnot, instead of using that energy to like save yourself or like on yourself. So then you're like maybe waiting for that person to like come in, or that thing or whatever to come in and like save you, or like kind of give you that attention that you give to everyone else and everyone else's business,
Yep, I do know. Yep. I do know that. I do know that now. Thank you, universe.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Mercury Retrograde.
Thanks, Mercury Retrograde. This was fun.
This is brutal. Nice. Well, I feel lighter, and I feel kind of like, oh, it was nice to get that off my chest and to like have an open conversation about it. And I am curious to like see if any of the grateful bitches, like, first of all, relate to our confessions, but also just like, what are you guys' confession? Like, this is confession hour. This is a safe space. And like, we want to hear, like, please don't make us feel alone in this space of not admitting your reality.
Yeah. If there's anything you haven't said out loud, admit it, put it out there, because as soon as you say it out loud, like, you really do have to do something about it. Or you have to at least, at minimum, be aware of it.
Exactly.
And eventually you'll do something about it.
I do feel like very often when you say things out loud, you're like, oh, that's silly. Why am I doing that?
It's so silly. I feel so silly right now. Sometimes I'm sitting, I'm like, you know what? I could literally save my ass in 3 months. I'm like, I could literally do most of what I want in 3 months if I just like shut the fuck up and stop being a victim like of my own life, and just accept it. And I like that. I like that feeling. It's an empowering feeling.
It is. It is. So I do.
So please let us know. Drop
know.
your confession in the comments or DM us your confession. We would love to hear it. And me and Ida have an idea on how to work on these confessions in real time with you guys and start being a little bit juicier on how we're building our dream lives in front of you guys, so you can watch all of it and have a great time. And stay tuned for it. Stay tuned. It's going to be juicy.
It's going to be juicy, and it's going to be more, I want to say, like, honest, raw, like, real time. It's gonna be scary for us, but also like nice. I feel like now, I was nervous for this episode, but now I kind of feel like, whew, that was nice.
I let it out, I do have a good feeling. Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
So if you want to be a
it's
part
only
of
gonna
that
get
journey,
better.
exactly, it can only go up from here. I was going to say if you want to be, but I'm going to say we know you want to be a part of that journey. So make sure that you subscribe to our podcast wherever you're listening, that you like our content and comment and share it with a friend, like whoever you feel like maybe needs some extra confession time as well, or that could
Yeah.
need that little push to like start building their dream lives. Share it with that friend.
Mm-hmm. It helps us. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying this
Yes.
content as well.
And make sure you follow us on bitch.begrateful on Instagram.
Yes. I would love to still hit 1,000 guys so that we can go live because we
Yes.
are meeting this year at some
Mm-hmm.
point and we would love to go
Mm-hmm.
live for it. So please follow us and we would have a lot of fun with you guys.
Yes.
Ah, and until next time, remember to
Be grateful, bitch.
bye.
Bye.